We all love modifying and customizing our motorcycles. Some parts will change the sound of your bike or drastically change its looks, and others will add more protection. But today, it's all about the MotoPegs from Lone Rider. Hi, my name is Danny, and you're watching Gear Shift. Let's get right into it. If you like long traveling on your bike as much as I do, you will quickly realize that the mods with one of the biggest impact on your ride are not the exhaust or the stickers on your bike, but the comfort mods, like seats, luggage, or in this case, foot pegs. So far I've owned two motorcycles, a KTM 890 Adventure R and now a BMW GS Adventure, and I've had issues with the stock foot pegs on both of them. On the KTM they were too small and also a bit too high for me, which forced me into a weird body position. And on the BMW, even though I'm happy with the size of the pegs, I find them to be quite slippery when wet, and also my feet sit on a weird angle. Let me show you what I mean. While I'm standing up on the bike, my feet are in full contact with the pegs and they feel very comfortable, but as soon as I sit down, I'm just left with the outside edge for support. This doesn't inspire a lot of confidence and I lose feel for the bike. So hopefully the MotoPegs from Lone Rider are gonna fix those issues for me. Let's start with a quick unboxing. First impressions, the packaging looks great. After opening up the top flap, we're conveniently welcomed by an instruction card with a QR code. Underneath that you'll find the MotoPegs carefully tucked in some foam, but let me just put them aside for now. In this last bottom compartment are all the other extras, starting with a 10mm wrench, which I really appreciate him for adding it in the box. You'll also get a Ziploc bag with two springs, but I decided to use my stock ones since I've seen a couple of reviews where people have complained that the Lone Rider springs are a bit too loose. Next we get another bag with two extra M6 bolts, a couple of Allen keys and a small pair of plastic pincers. Now these are some rubber pins or tabs and they're extremely important. I'll talk more about them later in the video. And lastly we get a couple of Q-tips, latex gloves, kitchen papers and some stickers of course. Don't worry, it will all make sense in a minute. Before we go on with installing them, I want to address the elephant in the room and talk about the price. They cost 249 euros in Europe or $275 in the US, and we can all agree that this is pretty steep for a pair of foot pegs, especially if you compare them to the competition, which can run anywhere from 100 to 200 euros. And here I'm not counting any shady eBay or Amazon no-name products. Let's see what we get for that price and if it's justified. Materials and build quality. The whole body is made out of T6 aluminum, which is very strong and lightweight, and the teeth are stainless steel for extra grip and durability. Also you'll notice that there are 3 screws on the teeth section. That's because you can swap this part when it wears down, or maybe Lone Rider are planning to release different grip designs. Modular design is a very big plus in my book, and unfortunately less and less companies go this road nowadays. Normally this is where you would end a foot pegs review, but the MotoPegs have a lot more to offer, and that's features. The first one is the rubber inserts that you can very easily take out for off-road and put back in when you're ready to hit the tarmac again. The main function of the rubber insert is to dampen a lot of the vibrations, which we will see if they manage on the test ride. Before I go to the next feature, I just want to mention that even though rubber inserts are not rare, most of the stock or normal size packs have them, but with the Lone Riders you get them on full rally size packs. Okay, that's enough about boring rubber inserts, materials and build quality. It's time for the main attraction, and that's Lone Rider's patented rotation design. Rotating pegs are not something new, but there has never been such an innovative, adjustable and adaptive design so far. This is where those rubber pins come into play. To get to them you'll have to unscrew this bolt right here, and after that you can just pull the axle out. You can fit 4 of them in each of the housings and they provide different levels of rotation resistance. The harder the rubber, the more resistance it has. But keep in mind that this is progressive motion, which means that at the beginning of the rotation the pegs will move more easily, and the more you push, the harder it will get. Greens are the softest ones, yellows are middle of the road, reds are hard, and black ones are for those of you who are not fans of the rotating design overall. They are made out of metal and will completely disable the rotation and leave you with fixed pegs. So far very impressive, but that's not all. You can actually mix and match them. Let's look at the graph on Lone Rider's website that shows us different combinations for real life situations. The first 4 are very self-explanatory. It just goes from soft to fixed, but then comes sand for example, which is a mix of green and yellow pins. In this case your pegs will be quite flexible but a little stiffer on the back rotation. I'm sure that someone with a lot of sand riding experience could also explain why that's the case, but that person is not me. Moving on to the next combination in which I'm an expert. It's called Bad Knee. It's basically the same color combination but reverse. I still don't know how the science works, but I'll just give them the benefit of the doubt on this one. Alright, this next one I actually get. It's called Better Access Control and it makes your front rotation very soft so you can easily press the brake or change gears. The last one is also pretty self-explanatory. You just mix the greens and yellows, but this time not in a crisscross pattern. You'll have to put one color on top and the other one on the bottom. I guess you can also try even more combinations on your own. Make up names for them. For my first combination I've decided to go with all greens so I can see what the softest setting feels like and go from there. Before you put the new pins, make sure to lube the whole axle with some grease. Also put a very generous amount on the pins themselves so you can stay in position when you put everything back together. The axle should slide in quite easily, and if it doesn't, that means that your pins are out of line. Just reposition them and try again. Once done with that, put the washer and make sure you align the teeth right. Next comes the M6 bolt, and here you don't want to reuse the old one, just grab a new one. You don't have to over tighten it, but make sure you feel that the plastic and the bolt is engaged. Put back the rubber inserts and we're done. Now let's go out and install them, see how it goes. Well, I gotta say that was a breeze. It took me not more than 5 minutes per peg and there were no complications whatsoever. So far I'm extremely impressed on paper. So there's just one more thing to do, and that's to go for a test ride and see if Lone Rider can deliver on their promises. Now there's actually one more thing before that, and that's for you to go give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. So about that test ride, unfortunately the weather here in Germany hasn't been very cooperative. The temperatures have been below zero and it's snowy and icy outside. I did get a chance to try the MotoPegs out in different riding conditions, but I didn't film it. In conclusion, the rubber inserts were great with absorbing the unwanted vibrations on the highway, and they were very easy to pull out and put back in, just as advertised. I also really liked the grip and the size of the pegs both on and off-road, but the feature that I was most impressed by is the rotating design. On pavement, the pegs swiveled enough to support my feet completely without being too intrusive or distracting. But as soon as you stand up and hit the dirt, the changes are gonna be a lot more noticeable, and especially with the green pins. It doesn't matter if you position your body completely over the front or the back of the bike, you will have a solid support under your feet. After my short test, I'm sure that the rubber pin combination for better access control is the one for me. Taking the innovative design, the overall quality and the modularity of the MotoPegs into consideration, I can safely say that the price is completely justified. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions about the MotoPegs from Lone Rider, let me know in the comments below. Till next time!